Hello, welcome back. Just finished up the grate using angle irons and a lever mechanism. So it's moving. And I just filled it up with ash and char and undigested chips, and there's actually also some clay rocks in there, so I expect the force to be pretty high. Oh, but it crushes pretty good. Look at all that stuff flow. I'm moving it really small. If I stop, it stops. Oh, I see that there's a big rock in there from the ground. Haha. That will be in there. Let's keep it moving and see what stuff. It's getting hard to do. That's probably because of the... Yeah, that's the big rock. It's making problems. No, damn it. What's the problem then? Oh, it was one of those... there's also metal in there. Metal stones. Funny. Hello, welcome back. Today we're gonna test out the moving grate and the ash slider. The mechanism is inside here now. I'll turn on the light a bit. You can see. Looks pretty decent. And there's a stainless steel sleeve in there. And it goes up to like 5 millimeters under the first nozzle. The Tyler nozzles. 5 times 5 millimeters. I'm gonna use that sometimes. It turns out that the upper part, the first stage of the tilers, are a bit damaged and burned out. So I closed it. I'm never gonna use it again because the pipe is just, well, quite a bit damaged. So I'm not gonna use that. The ignition port is drilled through the stainless steel sleeve, and I welded this screw in here so it holds the sleeve in and it doesn't fall out and stuff. Whenever a big ash stone accumulates, I can wipe this thing and it will slide everything off of there and it will break some things. And then again we can do this. And whenever it clogs up again, we're gonna do this. This way the gas doesn't have to travel through the grate necessarily. It can also go sideways now and into this gap, in this annular space. It goes all the way up. I removed the cyclone because, here's the cyclone, because it's never cut any significant amount of anything. And it goes into the heat exchanger, and from there it goes into the radiator. I also made the combustor a little bit higher or longer because I don't plan to use a restriction now. I made it 200 millimeters longer, so it's now 200 millimeters lower in the bed, and now we have until the output. What do we have exactly? It's like 30 millimeters under at this line, and then we're at the height of the ignition port, so that's perfect. It's about 120, which is how do you call it, advised by the Inbird book or the Gasifier book, to have 120 millimeters for about this diameter and the size and the fuel size you use. So I'm going to test that out, how stable it is. Most of the time I've seen that it's more stable and more clean with a higher reduction zone, so it's slower, but who knows. At least the sleeve is in there now, so it's gonna be a little hotter and it doesn't radiate it out into the gas anymore, and it will not travel up as much. Still now, because this thing is lower, The part here is getting hotter, and then we have another 200 millimeter of heat exchange to the fuel for the drying and the beginning of the pyrolysis, I hope. So let's throw it all together. Oh yeah, also I need to hammer this straight. The radiator is gonna stand here, and some other things are different than before. Here is this plate. Gonna put some refractory cement in between there and put the screws in so it's airtight. And then we can wipe the grate and shake the grate from now on. That will make quite an improvement. Be right back. Alrighty then, I think I've got everything in place. This is the semi-automatic igniter. It consists of a diesel ignition plug, T-piece. You can slide this one in the charcoal bed and out again and keep it there. The fan will automatically start and you hear starting quite quickly. So this is the gasifier. I made a pressure measuring gauge on it and a hinge, and now it's more easy to open and close it with one hand. Fenturi combustor is inside. Then I removed the cyclone filter, and we have the heat exchanger for the air, radiator, other radiator, flow measuring and pressure differential. This is also connected above the flow meter, so this will read the pressure differential across the gasifier bed and radiator. It's now at some levels. I opened up, oh there you go, now it's equal. You know, this thing, you can open it up. It's because you can then put this one loose and see the differential pressure from the outside whenever it's positive or negative. From that point you can connect it to the burner, flare. You can either connect it to the sand filter with this hose, or you can connect it to the mist eliminator and electrolytic precipitator. And then we have the engine here with the generator. So this is quite a contraption. It's made on a little wheel frame now, so I can roll it. At least I hope so, if it's not that heavy. But it's now all in one contraption, and that makes sense now because the rain is starting. And yeah, then we need to ride it in and out. Let's throw this isolation around the gasifier and the heat exchanger for the air, and then let's put it on fire. One moment. And we're outside now, or a few meters farther. We're gonna fill it up with some charcoal first, and then some wood chips, and then light it on fire. See how it performs. I'll be right back. And the gasifier is filled up, and now it's a question of inserting this thing, putting on the hey, why is the fan not moving? That's unfortunate. Oh, this thing is doing pretty good. Okay, one moment. And off we go. Just used another fan. The other one is not working for some reason. But hey. Now we wait until charcoal gas is coming out of here. I already hear it crackling, so that's good. Oh, there you go, smokies are coming out. Yeah, it's already flammable gas. We don't want it to ignite the other stuff. But hey, that's cool. Now let's close it up. And open this one, so the gas can go through the whole stuff again. Ooh, I have a leak up there. Wait a second. The leak is more or less fixed. Let's open this valve now. And the smoke is coming out. Then we connect the igniter. There you go. Oh, it's not too bad. It's just yellowish, with quite a bit of blue in there. That's what you expect from charcoal. This is right away from the combustor. Oh, this is still leaking quite badly. Wait a second. I covered the thing now with duct tape, which is far from ideal, because I set the heat exchanger on the lid while moving it around and stuff, so it's not ideal. The flame is pretty clean. It's not as clean as we like, of course, but hey, it started right up. And wait for it to heat up. The reduction zone is way smaller now, so it might not take a long time because it's isolated now with this stainless steel sleeve. It's about the same as this, but this is a steel piece of chimney. I got a stainless steel and I inserted it in it like I did with the two-stage gasifier. But now it's in this gasifier too. And with the moving grate and the grate scraper, I call it, where you can wipe like whoop whoop the whole grate from all the stuff. It's ideal before you start up, I believe, because there's quite some stuff in there if you leave it out. And the restriction is not in there. I want to see if I can get a stable flame and stuff without the restriction, because it might help with getting rid of the ash rocks and stuff. Be back in like 5 minutes and see if the flame improves or not. Be right back. And about 10 minutes later again, the gas is cleaning up, but I believe it needs to be, how do you call that? Thermodynamic equilibrium or something? Oh, this is still cold. This is also still cold. Yeah, it's now beginning to get warm to the touch, but on the camera it looks worse. That's for sure. That's always the case. Let's see how much fuel we have used already. Close the air. Oh, quite some. Oh geez, it's about 25 centimeters in. So, one moment. So, cool now. There we go. Now, let's wait a bit. 10 minutes later, we're back. Now it's cleaned up even more. in the eye you can just see if, yeah, let's say on the camera you can also see that it's really blue. Yeah, the temperature is coming up there. That's the thing. Normally this part is like freaking hot. When it's in equilibrium, it's like 150 or something. And then the air will also be of a certain temperature. I'm not sure now because I can feel here. Nah, it's only a little warmer than my hand now, the air. But that helps also, like a lot. So we don't need to wait this long, of course, to start an engine, because we have this sand filter and a magical electrostatic precipitator to just get it going within 5 minutes. It started up actually right away, within 1 minute or something. So you can, I think you can start the engine right away. But that's not what we're after now, at the moment, because we want to make clean gas. So let's violently shake the grate. And then put it back into its mode. Let's see if it's, how bad it is. Maybe it needs some hammering too. That will mess up something. Oh, there you go. Increases slightly. Oh, now it decreases quite a bit. Wow. Look at all the tar. Okay, shaking the grate that violently is make the whole reduction zone fall out or something. Gee. Okay. That's interesting. Oh, look at you can see all the vapors now. That's funny about tar gas. It makes so much vapors. But I don't like this tarry stuff, so I'm not gonna shake the grate as violently anymore, I think. Yeah, now it's becoming wetter. It's gonna leak. It's always the same shit with those things. If they're gonna leak, it's gonna be bad. Okay, shaking the grate and letting the whole reduction zone fall out, which is not long. Makes quite a bit of tar. So let's not do that next time. I will wait a bit for it to clean up again and wait more. Well, better than this it's not gonna be tonight. It's very clean, but not zero. The camera always exaggerates stuff, but let's test one more time with the sand filter if it can handle that. Vapors are not too bad. Oh, I need 2 hands for this. Let me stick it in there. Oh yeah, and then we need an ignition source. Over here. There we go. It's reduced quite a bit. Now it's like perfect gas. No, not perfect yet. But it's really near perfect. Well, after burning another one of those buckets, the flame is just low tar, stays low tar. Camera exaggerated pretty bad, but whatever. It's not what I'm looking for. I need to adjust it again. Higher reduction area, and maybe the restrictor back in place, because that's what makes all the difference in the previous time. I like this whole contraption now pretty much on the whole frame. It looks really compact. Also, I'm gonna try to put this battery somewhere there. If this is not getting too... oh, that's getting warm enough, yeah. Okay, so maybe... does it fit in between this glass? Yeah, I believe it can be on here instead of this glass. Let's try that now. One moment. Yeah, it does fit somehow, but it's not nice. I think I could move the sand filter a bit and turn it a little bit over, so we can make it like this direction, and then everything is inside, eh? Wow. Condensate, drains, flow meter. Yeah, well, the flame gonna... now it's pretty good, but fluctuates too much. For example, let's and then hoppa, saying grease, hoppa, come on, give me the tar, there you go, and everything collapses again into the, oh boy, yeah, restrictor needs to be in there, and a bigger reduction zone. Thank you for watching, guys, and see you next time.